Hi there and welcome back. We are officially 2 weeks out from tax day, and a lot of us have finances on our minds, including planning for our retirement. So, of course, my good friend Gordon has what we're learning all about in tonight's episode of Your Money. So the first step is to start thinking about what you even want it to look like?
Yeah, a lot of people just hear retirement and they think of it only one way. They think I'm going to stop working, I'm going to live in a certain type of home, but really you can make your retirement work any way you want. You can work part-time if you want to in retirement. You can not work at all. You can stay in the same house. You can move into an apartment, a smaller house. So the first thing is just kind of identifying what you want retirement to look for you, because that will dictate how much money you're going to need to save. You know, a lot of people like to travel in retirement. That costs a lot of money. So you really want to have to plan. You want to plan that in to your retirement plan early so you have more time to save that money.
These are such great conversations to be having, because a lot of people just are trying to figure out where to even look. They're like, okay, what kind of programs are even out there? What should they know?
Yeah, the first thing is to just look at your employer. If they offer a 401k, that's the easiest way to get started. And if they have a match, make sure you get that match, because that's free money. But then more and more people, after they get that match, are starting to look at other types of programs, other types of accounts like Roth IRAs, IRAs where it's an independent retirement account outside of your employer, because some 401ks, they have a lot of higher rates that you have to pay. You don't have as many options. So some people are trying to get a little more bang for their buck by going into these other types of accounts once they get that company match. That's kind of the key, because like I said, that is some free money and you don't want to leave that on the table.
Okay, what about for our young professional friends like myself and the rest of my friends, your friends? I feel like we're already talking about what we want our retirement to look like. What should we be talking about or knowing?
The best thing is to start early. The earlier you start, the more time your money has to grow. So if you're right out of college or right out of high school and you're starting to work and you're 18, 19, 20, 21 years old, every dollar that you put into a retirement account then has so much more time to grow. So even if it's only $20 a paycheck, that can save you a lot of money over time. So starting early is the best place to start. Another thing to think about is if you have debt, look at how much interest you're paying on that debt, because it might be a better investment to knock out that debt before you start investing. I know a lot of loans out there can really have crazy high interest rates that are more than what you're going to be making on the market. So see that as an investment. You know, you might feel like you're FOMO, missing out on the market and the stock market, but if you have debt, it's probably a better way to tackle that before you start investing.
So many things to make us a little bit smarter. Thank you, Gordon. Of course, he will have much more on the topic of retirement, including interviews with top experts on tonight's episode of Your Money. It airs tonight on KARE 11 Plus at 5:30 and again at 8 p.m. We'll be right back with a final look at your weather.